So most people that come to me that want help, they have some sort of a dream of building their own home. Usually so they can gain some sort of a freedom from being dependent on certain things. And so they want to be able to build their own place that they can live and not have to rent, not have to pay a landlord, etc. And they don't want to have a mortgage, and basically just live free on their own land. And so that's a huge part of my business and what I like to help people achieve. And a lot of people don't really have the confidence at first when they first decide on this dream. It can be extremely overwhelming. There's so many different factors to doing something like that. Not only just buying a piece of land, that's a learning experience in itself. But they also lack the confidence in how to construct their home or how to construct their infrastructure in their buildings. And that makes a lot of sense because it requires a lot of different skill sets that most people, especially these days, are not trained in. Most people have white collar jobs. If you have a blue collar job, like if you're in construction or something like that, you're coming to the table with more skills from the outset. But that's more and more rare these days. Most people in the United States and the Western world typically go for white collar jobs, and so they don't really have these skill sets from the start. So people making good money, but they decide they want to build their own home, do it yourself, maybe off grid, or they just want a homestead or something like that. And so they come to this conclusion, and then they realize that they don't have the skills to actually do it. And so that's where they either run into a stumbling block, get discouraged, and potentially quit, or they come to someone like me who can help them out. And I don't have the answers for everything. I certainly don't claim to, but I'd like to help people in the right direction. And so I'm going to just say a little bit about my story, how I got started, maybe to encourage some of you all, to help you on your path towards achieving your dreams of having or building your own home. So I got started. I had no skills in construction or building at all. For me, it was just a dream, just an idea in my head, something I wanted, something I knew I could achieve, but I knew it would be a long and difficult process. So I did not come from a construction background. I studied accounting in college, and after college I actually went into digital marketing, and I worked for digital marketing firms, agencies. And so all of my skill base was very technical as far as my professional background or expertise went. I was always good with my hands, but it was never anything that I made money from. But anyway, that's kind of basically where I came from. And so I basically had an interesting journey to where I decided to quit my highfalutin fancy job in Atlanta, and everybody thought I was crazy. And I moved to the boonies up in Tennessee, where I actually started this business. And I was determined to use the information, the skills that I'd gained to start this business. So the way I got started with earthen construction specifically was that I just read books and I took workshops, just like probably you're doing right now, or you're planning to do. And so all I did was just follow that simple path of absorbing information, absorbing hands-on experience, and that's basically what I've done. And then I did free work for people, doing more conventional construction, some masonry construction, carpentry, just getting a good overall understanding of construction and how a building is put together, understanding all the different components, and then how it fits together. And then I combined the two, the conventional and the natural building or the earthen construction, learned how to combine those two, and that really helped me a lot, because I'm certainly not a purist in any form when it comes to natural building. I like to combine conventional and the non-toxic natural earth materials. So another thing I did to really boost my skills, not that it's necessary, but I went to a school out in Oregon it was a natural building program. The school is called Aprovecho. It was in Cottage Grove, Oregon, and that was an excellent experience, and boosted my understanding and confidence in all forms of construction. And the business was already underway at this point, using the skills that I had learned previously. And one point to make, this isn't really about how to start a business with earthen construction or natural building. That's a whole other topic, and I'm not sure how many of my secrets I want to give away. But I'm just trying to encourage you that you can learn these skills, because I started with no skills, and not only did I learn how to build, but I also built a business doing this construction. So if maybe that takes a little bit of the intimidation out of your experience. I mean, you're not trying to start a business, most likely. You're trying to just build your home. So you don't have to go through everything I went through. But the learning experience is what I'm trying to impart more on you here. So yeah, just do stuff, read things, go on YouTube, pick up as much information as you can, learn from different people. Don't get stuck in one track. A lot of people get stuck in the natural building track to where they don't get a good overall perspective of construction and building, and it's really to their own detriment. So learn from as many different craftsmen and building styles as you can, and just put it together to your own liking and to your own needs. So find a project you like. It can even be small stuff. Just do it in your garage. Every little skill you practice is going to add up, and every new tool you learn how to use is going to be added to your arsenal. And there's always endless stuff to learn in architecture and construction. You're never going to be complete, so to speak. I've been doing this now for almost 10 years, I think, and I've come to a level to where I feel very confident, but there's always so much more to learn. And so just never give up. Take your time if you have to. It's okay. The more time, obviously, the more you're going to learn and refine your skills. Of course, you want to build your house too, I know. But give it the time it deserves and really invest in your skill sets. And you're going to come out with the abilities and the knowledge you need to build your own place. Not only to buy your own land, set up your infrastructure, but to build your own home to the cost you desire. And you'll have something to be proud of in the end. And you'll achieve your dream. So, yeah, that's hopefully that was a bit of encouragement to you. Just telling you, you know, where I started with basically nothing, and I've been able to gain these skills. Really, it's not rocket science. Just put in the effort, and you'll get it. And if you want to sort of accelerate your learning curve, get over that learning curve quicker, I provide a lot of information, video classes, in-person classes. You can come learn with me in person. That's probably the best way. But I'll leave links below to my 16-hour video course covering all the basics of construction and workshops. I've got a lot of upcoming in-person workshops. You can come hang out with me in the group and actually get hands-on skills. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And hope you enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.